Here's 8 ways that you can come up with ideas for your Amazon FBA private label business. Okay, so whether you're right at the beginning or whether you are completely experienced, this video is going to be pretty useful to you. If you're new here and you don't know me already, my name's Adam. I do Amazon FBA and TikTok Shop, and I do about £3.5 million per year from 5 of my brands, mainly on the Amazon platform, but also like TikTok Shop, Temu, and things like this. Well, now this video, I'm just going to be diving straight into it, quick fire, and going from there. Now, the biggest thing that people really struggle with is just actually sourcing the products and coming up with the ideas, okay? Now, I'm going to actually dumb it down and make it quite easy for you, because it is kind of easy to come up with the ideas, right? It's a big misconception. It's so easy to come up with the ideas. The execution is obviously significantly harder. So I'm going to start with the first one, which I've got a few written down here. I'm going to go through 8. And number 1, and it's quite simple, right? So don't judge me here, but like, obviously it's just starting with what you already like and what you are already passionate about. Why not start there? So many people are just like, oh, I'm going to use software or something like this to go ahead and find my first product. It would be absolutely stupid of you not to start with what you already know, right? So what do you do on a daily basis? What do you do on a weekly basis? What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy? Do you enjoy to go fishing on a weekend? Do you enjoy traveling multiple times per year? Do you go boxing? Like, what is it that you do on a regular, whether it's a hobby or a habit or something you like? Yeah, just something like that. If I take me, for example, right? I love traveling. I love the gym. I love boxing. I love music. And, you know, I love, yeah, let's just go with them for now, right? Why wouldn't I start with that, right? And it can be loosely related to these activities / hobbies / sports or whatever you do, right? It can be loosely related. So, I mean, for example, travel. Travel, you can launch things like a backpack, which falls under sort of clothing. Travel, you can launch something like, you can even launch a supplement, which falls under supplement, health and fitness, for like jet lag. Like, for example, right? Why wouldn't you start? Because if you travel all the time, or let's say you play the guitar, you've been playing the guitar for 15 years, you know the pain points of guitar players. You know exactly the things that you use, whether it's a capo on the strings, whether it's a guitar pick, or whether it's the lead going into the amplifier for the guitar. You know all of this stuff, right? You know what are the good brands and why they are good, and you know the bad stuff and why they are bad. So it's not rocket science. Start with that to come up with the ideas. Now, does it always mean that, oh, just because I know that I like this and there's demand for this, it means I can launch this? No, not necessarily, okay? Like I said, the execution is the harder part and the validation is the harder part. However, I'm just giving you guys a start here for sure. If you watch some of my other content, you will be able to see some of the validation stuff, the execution stuff, obviously. So that's number 1, right? Starting with what you know, what you like, what you love, what you're good at, whatever it may be, okay? First of all. Number 2, probably one of my least favorites, but not like the least favorite at all. Like, and it's probably what all of you do already or want to do if you was to start, right? And that's using software. Everybody loves software, right? Now I'm just gonna jump into the advantages and disadvantages of using the software, okay? It is quite convenient, right? It's quite user-friendly, quite easy to use, which obviously means you can find product opportunities quite easily, okay? Now, what comes with that though? Hundreds, if not thousands of other people have the same software that you do. There's not like anything complex, any barrier to entry to you using that software. You know, you may think, oh, I'm putting these types of filters in, but like, so are other people. Loads of other people are putting these filters in, or I wanna make sure this keyword has loads of search volume, or this product has loads and loads of sales, and etc, etc. Like, everybody has access to the same filters you do in the same software that you do. So in turn, everybody finds the same opportunities as you do, right? Thousands and thousands and thousands of other people. Like, it doesn't matter what software it is, whether it's like Jungle Scout, Helium 10, Calo Data, like Smart Scout, whatever, yeah? All of it, like, you can put filters in and find products. But thousands and thousands and thousands of other people can do the exact same, unfortunately, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, obviously, do everybody take action and execute on that, on them opportunities that they find? No. 95% of people don't take action on the opportunities they find anyway. So obviously, that's that's a small win, but still it means that tens of other people do end up launching it. And in these instances, you have to be quick. You do have to be really quick. I've personally sourced using the software, and I've still got products to this day which I then sell through using software. It can be fine. However, just know that in the back of your mind that there's not really too much unique about what you're doing to find these opportunities. And in turn, you know, just having in the back of your mind as well, if you've launched and it's like there's only a few bits of people or competition, just know there's probably going to be more people which are going to be coming in sometime in the near future. Who knows, right? But I mean, obviously, if you've got the right frameworks, the right strategies and stuff, like you're probably going to be in the top 1% anyway with like your listing images and your keywords and stuff like that. And you know, this is getting advanced, but if you're pretty good at Amazon FBA, like I am personally, you don't worry that much about other competition coming in because you know all the secrets and hidden things that you can do and all the small 1% tweaks and things like this. So it then becomes not too bad, right? So that's number 2, right? Software. Number 3, completely opposite to software, and it's manual sourcing, and I like this the most, okay? Manual sourcing is obviously what it says on the tin, but it's not using software really. It is going to take you a lot longer to find products, of course. However, when you do find the product, it's very likely that not a lot of other people have gone ahead and seen that product too. So if you see that and it meets all the parameters for validation and things like this, like probably not a lot of other people have seen it, you go ahead and launch it, you're probably going to be dealing with less competition. In a sense. One good way I like to do this is like go into Amazon bestsellers, deep dive into the categories and have a little look at some of the competitors, see what the search volumes are like and things like this, and see if I can enter the market accordingly. So that's 3 so far. I do really like the number 3, by the way. Number 4, I do really like as well. I really like this one actually. And I've sourced a lot of products doing this strategy alone specifically, believe it or not. And that is actually just random keyword searches. All right. Now, random keyword searches, basically what I mean by that is if I just dumb it down and just like keep it as simple as possible. Let's say if I just look around my room right now, okay? Look around my room right now, what is in my room? I can see bed sheets, pillowcase, I can see bed, I can see water bottle, I can see pants, I can see bandage, I can see resistance band, I can see quite a lot of things, right? All I'm going to be doing is like typing in these things onto Amazon, but not searching, literally just typing things in and seeing what the search result shows up. Because let's say if I just type in battery, right? This is battery for DJI. Which I'm filming on right now. This is a battery for my camera. Okay, so if I just type in battery on Amazon, it's not just going to show battery, it's going to show battery for car, long-lasting battery, battery for camera, battery for this, battery for that. Now, battery in itself can be extremely competitive, but batteries for cars may be may have significantly low competition, and still people wanting it. There's still going to be demand for the product as well. Okay, so that's where you can come up with some product opportunities quite easily. Okay, now when you've already as well launched products and you've already got a brand, what I tend to do is I'm just looking for things which are loosely related. Let's say if I'm in fitness, right? If I would be typing in maybe like magnesium, turmeric, I'd be typing in all these different compounds that people sell, and then it will start to show like magnesium for men, magnesium for women, magnesium for athletes, magnesium for this, magnesium for that. This doesn't just show you product opportunities that you can launch, but it also shows you different markets, different ways that you can market your product. Okay, like I just explained it really. Like you can literally just have something which is already super competitive, right? There's a lot of people buying it, a lot of people searching for it, but if nobody's marketing it for women in pink packaging, then you know you can enter a whole market for that really, and market it in a completely different way, and it can be very effective. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5 is looking what's popping in the USA or the EU and simply copying or replicating it in the UK. Very effective as well. I sourced the product a couple of months ago from doing this exact thing, and it lands with me just next week, which is cool. Really looking forward to that. But basically I'll be hunting on TikTok Shop, be hunting on Amazon itself in the USA, seeing what's going well, seeing what's popping, and simply just typing the exact same thing into Amazon UK, seeing what's going on there and seeing if I can launch the damn thing on there. It's actually not, this one's not rocket science. It's very easy. It's stuff that's already proven in the US, tends to work in the UK, okay? Anything that goes crazy in the US will go crazy in the UK if you make it go crazy in the UK. Now, usually it takes anywhere from like 6 to 18 months for like the UK to catch up to the US. So, you know, if you're quick, this can be very, very effective. There is a lot of people doing this because it is very effective. But like I said, keep in mind, it's like one of the other ones, like using software. And you will use software to do this US to UK stuff as well, to be fair. But like, it is like that. Like, there's a lot of people doing it, a lot of people just copying. So in turn, there can be a lot of competition there. However, you as a business owner, and this is what I teach my clients on some of my one-to-one students, our goal is not to just copy people, really, is it, right? You can just copy people, it will make you some money short term, but like realistically, what you want to do is grab what they're doing and see, how can I make it better? How can I make their customer experience significantly better, if that makes sense? You can't just rely on just copying people and copy people alone, because it will get you only so far. Okay, so that's 5 so far. Number 6. I really like this one too, is improving on things which are currently in the market. And it can tie into number 1 as well, right? So if you know something or use something every day, which is for your hobby or something like this, or for a sport that you play, let's say if it's a golf club or something like this, right? If there's any way that you can improve a product which is currently on the market, whether you like it or not, whether you just drive a car every day, like let's take for example when cars didn't have Bluetooth, right? That, like, people might not like driving cars, but they like listening to music. And you know, there's a lack of the good music. There's a lack of good music because they can't put their own music on. They have to listen to the radio. So someone came up with that Bluetooth transmitter thing, right? Plug it in. You can connect your phone basically to Bluetooth through switching it to the exact frequency. So that's what number 6 is, basically improving on things which are already in the market. Maybe you make an accessory or improve the actual thing itself. Make a complementary accessory or improve the actual thing itself. Can be very, very effective. Obviously, you probably I've already mentioned it once or twice already, like always just be thinking, how can I improve the customer experience as much as possible? How can I improve the customer experience as much as possible? That's all you need to think about, because if you know that you can improve the customer experience more than all of your competitors, you're going to end up making more sales than all of your competitors. You're going to end up having more reviews than all of your competitors, okay? So always keep that in mind. With that being said, number 7, very good actually, nobody really talks too much about this one, is bundling ideas and bundling products together. Now, what I mean by that, like people on Amazon tend to do things like bundling. They know bundling exists and they know bundling is effective, okay? Now, when I say bundling things together, I mean creating 2 of your own products and putting them together, okay? So you might have this one which is very competitive, this one which is very competitive, but if you merge them together to one, it's a new mechanism almost of like 2 of the products. Maybe they're complementary products and they work very well together. You know, I know for example like the tongue. If you know what Tongatali is, it's like a supplement and ashwagandha. Some people were putting them together a couple of years ago for, you know, increased focus and increased energy and things like that, apparently. And, you know, they put it together. People knew Tongatali existed, people knew ashwagandha existed, but there was a pain point because people were both, the same type of person was interested in both of them, but there was never one in one pill, or there was never one sold as a bundle. So people just bundled them together and started making quite a lot of money and doing very, very well from it, okay? Very, very good thing to do. And obviously, again, that can make the customer experience better. Obviously, they don't have to buy 2 separate compounds. They can just buy one, or they can buy 2 separate compounds, but under just one bundle. Again, it's making the customer experience better, right? Always have the thing. This is why Amazon's done so well themselves, because they've always been customer centric, always focused on the customer. And it's exactly what you need to do. Just take some advice from them. Now, number 8, the final one, the most creative one and the best one that you can possibly do. But might I say, before revealing it, the hardest one. And for obvious reasons, okay? And that is inventing something completely brand new. What do I mean by that? I mean, it's literally like, for example, like mobile phones didn't exist a long time ago, probably before I was born now. Mobile phones didn't exist. Somebody invented a mobile phone. Now, that's why I'm saying it can be extremely hard to do. Now, it doesn't have to be as complex and stuff as inventing a mobile phone. It can relate to improving things which are currently on the market, right? So if I just take, for example, like travel by road has always existed. It's always existed. So someone invented riding on horses, right? With a carriage. Okay, someone invented that. Someone invented a bicycle. Someone invented a motorbike. Someone invented a car. Someone invented, I can't think of any other road vehicles, but a bus. You know, all of these are new inventions for road travel, okay? But they're just different forms for different people. For people for bicycles, it's mainly for people in cities, perhaps. You know, for the cars, it's just for the general everyday user. For a motorbike, it's for busy areas. Like there's loads and loads of different use cases and use types that these things are for. Okay, so let's say for, I don't know, there's probably road and land travel is probably at its maximum, but it does fall back to a couple of things. Like some of these relate to each other, right? So, you know, inventing something new can be related to making improvements on something, and it can also be related to something that you know you like and you're good at, and something which is your hobby, because you're going to have a lot of knowledge about it and be like, oh, maybe this can be used in this way, for example. So they are my 8 ways, they're personal ways, which I actually come up with product ideas on a daily and weekly basis. Like, you probably know from this video that it's not hard, it's not rocket science. Like, from watching this video, you probably come up with some ideas yourself. And if you have, that's absolutely amazing. If you actually have as well, comment down below. I'm very, very interested to see if you have or if you haven't. And if you are struggling with anything, obviously, just comment down below as well. What do you want to see next? If anybody is struggling as well, they want any one-to-one help directly from me, again, check the description down below. Book in a call directly with me. We can have a conversation about some of our group and one-to-one mentoring to see if we can help you. But without further ado, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. See you later.